Vibe coding has changed the way we code. It's an AI powered approach where you just have to tell the AI what you want and it writes the code for you. This speed and ease are together creating big results. The game Levels made $1 million in just 17 days. And Cursor AI, one of the leading platforms for vibe coding, crossed $100 million in just 2 years. That's why vibe coding is quickly becoming a must-have skill in the tech world. If you are a developer, you know building website used to take a lot of time. But now, with vibe coding, things are different. You can create powerful website using just few prompts right inside your IDE. And that's where Cursor AI comes in. I have been using VS Code for years as a developer. But ever since I switched to Cursor AI, my productivity has increased 10 times. It's like having a coding co-pilot. So in this video, I'm going to walk you through everything from installation to all the key cursor settings you need to know to increase your productivity. Along the way, we will also look at the architecture diagram to understand how cursor actually works. And towards the end of this video, we will actually build an e-commerce web page using just few simple commands. We will also discuss all important insights, shortcuts and tips you need to know to make the most out of Cursor AI. So make sure to watch this video till the end. So without wasting any time, let's quickly move to installation part and get you started with Cursor AI. To download Cursor, you just have to go to Google, type Cursor AI and click on this very first link, Cursor, and you just have to click on this button, download for Windows if you are on Windows, and the download has been started over here as you can see. After your Cursor file has been downloaded over here, the setup file, you just open it in the folder and you just click on the setup and start setting up the cursor. Just accept the agreement over here. After reading it, just click on this, accept the agreement and click on next. You have an option to browse over here the folder. If you just want to browse, I will just select the default one, click on next and click on next. Just ensure that you click on all the checkboxes over here. Just click on next and then click on install, and your cursor installation process has been started over here. Your installation has been completed over here and you just have to click on the finish button. As your setup is done, you just have to click on finish and your cursor will open automatically over here after you have done the setup and installation part. So you will see the cursor window. You have seen this welcome to cursor window. You just click on sign up and you basically have to just log in into cursor or like sign up if you don't have an account. So you have an option to sign up with Google, GitHub, and if you continue with Apple. So I'm just selecting the Gmail option. So I will just enter my email account over here. After entering your email ID, you just have to enter the password also. You just have to click on next and you are logged into cursor. So we are now redirected to this page of cursor and we have already logged in. You just click on yes, login, and you are all set. So when you click on cursor, you have an option to import from VS Code directly or skip and continue. So I will just skip and continue over here for now. So you can just directly import your VS settings in the cursor. So I've just skipped it for now. So I will just click on this and continue. I will just click on continue. After downloading, when you open Cursor AI, this is the interface that you are going to see. It is similar of VS Code only. You have an option of open project, clone repo and connect via SSH. So we are going to open a project over here. So first we will go to File Explorer and create a new file over here. Let's say we are going to create a e-commerce website. So we will just mention it like this and we'll just open this in our Cursor AI. We'll just go to documents and we'll open this file over here. As you can see over here, the folder has been opened in Cursor AI. But before we start coding, let's first understand what cursor settings are and how they are going to help you increase your productivity. So we'll just go over here and click on the settings and we can see general settings over here. So these are the overall settings of the editor and this contains the account information and the privacy. So this manage account basically lets you view your account details like email, plan or billing. And if you want to upgrade to pro version, so you can upgrade it from here. So whenever you feel like you want to provide an access to better AI completions like higher usage limit or like feature like max mode, you can just access it over here. For example, when you are building a website like e-commerce website, So you might feel to generate a backend APIs for like product listing or a pro model that could help you increase the productivity. So you can just upgrade to the pro version over here. Then you have this preferences section over here where you have this editor setting where you can customize the editor appearance like font, theme, minimap, etc. You can enable a dark theme and increase the font size for better readability while designing a UI for a home page. Then you have keyboard shortcuts over here. You can just open it and you can see over here what are the shortcuts that you can use in the cursor itself. Now we can just go back and we can see that there are import settings from the VS Code. You can import your settings directly from the VS Code. Like I am also using VS Code for a very long time and I just want my settings to be similar as of VS Code. So I can just directly import my settings from VS Code in the cursor AI from here. And so now you can see over here reset don't ask dialog over here. This basically restores previously dismissed warnings and prompts. For example, if you have accidentally hit a tip about an AI suggestions while setting up a payment.js in an e-commerce website. So this will basically bring it back. Then we have this privacy section over here. This privacy mode basically ensures the code is not used to train model or improve the product. Then we have this privacy mode over here. So this basically ensures your code is not used to train model or improve the product. For example, if you are handling payment gateways or login logic, so you don't want it to be visible to anyone, you want it to be confidential, so you can enable this option like privacy mode over here. Then you have this chat tab over here. In this chat tab you have a default option that sets default chat behavior agent mode, and you have different mode over here like ask, manual and last use mode. So this basically is a default mode as an agent mode. Whenever you type a prompt over here I want to build a e-commerce website for myself, so it will remain in this agent mode. But when you want to ask the question from the code itself that is being generated from Cursor AI, so you can just go into the ask mode and you can ask questions from the code itself. Then you have a manual mode over here that you can write the code yourself also. Then we have this text size option that is being set default, so you can just adjust your text size from here. Then you have an option of auto clear chat that start a fresh chat if you are inactive for a while. For example, it basically clears up the old chat if you leave it for a while, and it opens a new chat if you come after a break. Then you have an option of scroll to new messages. So this is basically auto scroll to latest AI replies. For example, it keeps the chat view at AI latest messages about your add to cart logic. Like if you are building an add to cart logic, so you don't want to see the previous chat, you want to see the add to cart logic AI generated prompts at the bottom of it. So it will basically scroll you to the latest message that is being generated by the AI. So we have an option of completion sound over here that you can turn it on if you want. You have given us some sort of instructions to this Cursor AI and it is being generating a code out of it. But you can't just look at the code constantly because it is taking a lot of time to get loaded. So you can just turn on this completion sound icon over here. When you turn this on, basically it plays a sound when the AI is done with the reply and the prompt that you have given to it. You have given a prompt to generate a add to cart option in your e-commerce website. So you want a sound to be played when the prompt is being completed and the code is being generated for the add to cart option. Then you have this to-do list option over here. This lets AI track tasks as a list. You have created a login API and style checkout. So it has been making a list out of the tasks that you are being doing while creating your e-commerce website. And then you have this queue messages over here. This sends a message one by one during an AI response delay. For example, it prevents messages clutter when you ask 3 things back to back. So then you have an option of queue messages over here. This basically sends messages one by one during an AI response. For example, if you want to prevent messages clutter when you have 3 things to do at a time, so it basically queue the task over here. Then we have this custom mode beta over here. This basically create a custom mode with specific models, tools and key binding. For example, if you want to make a mode that always uses Tailwind CSS and Next.js, so you can just custom over here. Then we have this context over here. This basically includes full folder context. So this full folder context basically means AI read all the code in a folder. For example, it understands the entire pages or like folders before improving the routing. So it can understand the full folder at once. And then we have this web search tool. So this allows the AI to fetch answer from the internet. For example, if you are searching for Stripe APIs docs when you ask about payment methods, so like you can search directly from the web itself. Then we have an option of hierarchy cursor ignore. This basically ignores the files or the folders that are globally. So this hierarchy cursor ignore basically ignores the files and the folders that are globally done like dot cursor ignore. So it basically ignores all that files and folders. And then we have an option over here of backspace remove context. So this basically deletes AI context tags when you have a backspace. For example, clear the product.js tag if you hit backspace at the start of input. Then we have this applying changes over here. We have an auto fix lints over here. If it is on, it will automatically fix the lint error in the charts. Then we have this auto run option over here. This allows the agent to run tools like command execution and file right without asking for confirmation. When we are going to build an e-commerce website, the cursor AI will continuously ask us for accepting the code that is being generated by the cursor. So we can just turn on this mode over here. So it will like auto accept the codes that are being generated by the cursor if you turn this on. This was previously called YOLO mode in the previous version. And now we have this inline editing and terminal. We have an option over here of toolbar or selection. So this basically shows and edit the charts option when you highlight the code. For example, if you have selected an handle submit function and ask AI to optimize it. So you can just highlight it and ask the AI to optimize the function. Then you have this auto pass link over here. This basically detect pasted links and prepare for quick edit. For example, if you are pasting a GitHub link, will let AI fetch context fast. So then we have this auto select code region over here. So this basically auto highlights the relevant code when you open an edit mode. When you are in an edit mode, you want to edit a function. So it will particularly open that function only. For example, if you want to edit add product, so it will only opens the add product function itself. Then we have an option over here, theme different background. So this basically uses colored background for change code. For example, show green and red in the changes made in the code. And then we have this character level difference. This basically shows exactly what character changed. For example, highlights the dot price became dot total price. So we have this terminal tooltip over here. So this basically adds small help text in terminal. For example, if you show add to cart and tooltip basically help you when typing a command. Then we have this terminal hint over here. This terminal hint basically displays a shortcut hint for terminal help. For example, you show press Ctrl plus K. While we will be using cursor, it will be showing in the terminal and the code body that you can press Ctrl plus K and you can just prompt it over there itself. For example, if we open a terminal in the cursor and we press Ctrl plus K over there, so it will basically help you like generating prompts over there itself while you are just prompting in the terminal directly. This is a basically function of terminal hint. Then we have cursor tab over here. This cursor tab basically context aware multi-line suggestion based on our edits. For example, while coding of a product card component, the cursor might suggest a full use effect block if it detects you are setting up a fetch call. Then we have this partial accept function over here. This partial accept basically lets you accept suggestions one word at a time using Ctrl plus right arrow. So you can just use this partial over here. And then we have this suggestion while commenting. So you have this suggestion while commenting. This suggestion while commenting basically suggests changes related to indentation or blank line only. Then we have this import over here that automatically adds missing TypeScript imports. For example, if you type use state in a .tsx file and the cursor will auto import it from the React. So this basically helps the import function. Then we have models over here. If you want to use this max model, so you have to upgrade it to the pro version. Then these are the different models that are available with the cursor. We have Claude 4 Sonnet, we have Claude 3.5 Sonnet, we have Gemini, we have GPT-4 over here. Then we have this API key over here. You can just enter your open API key over here and get it verified. If your API key is correct and you want to use your own API for like payments and everything, so you can use a open API over here. So this can be also used when the built-in models are slow or limited. So you can just copy your open API key over here and get started over here. Then you have tools and integrations over here. So these are the tools and the integrations that you can use. You have an option of GitHub and Slack over here. You can connect your GitHub and Slack in the cursor itself. So why we want to connect our GitHub over here? So it will basically help with bug tracking maybe and give smarter AI suggestions. Like it can directly take all the files from the GitHub and import it to the cursor and help you to debug it or like give smart AI suggestions to your file. Then we have Slack over here. This will let you interact with cursor agent directly from Slack. Useful for team projects and like remote debugging. Then we have this MCP part over here. What this MCP tool is doing over here. So this MCP basically lets you plug in your own tools like formatter, testing scripts, etc. into cursor itself. This will basically help you build a custom script. So what a custom script? So like you are building a custom script for test cart flow in your e-commerce website. Now you want to test that the products are or the items are being added to the cart correctly and removed from the cart correctly or not. So you are just making a custom script over here. So you can use MCP tools for that. You can just plug in the tools and you can directly use it in the cursor itself. Then we have this option of rules and memories over here. So what are memories? Cursor can remember what you like and how you code. Basically based on your previous charts. And it basically generates a memory, lets cursor auto learn your coding style from the charts. For example, if you use Tailwind CSS or use State for products, cursor will remember and suggest the style again. And this will basically help you to like generate code based on your previous charts that you have already done with the cursor. Then we have this saved memory over here. This basically shows that cursor has remembered about you. For example, uses the prefer async or wait or uses MongoDB for databases. And then we have this use rules. So what are these rules? You set a manual preferences for that AI. So basically in this rule, you basically manually set that how you want the AI response to be. Like this is a set of instructions that the cursor will follow in order to gain the output that you want. And basically this adds rules. For example, we always use a functional React component instead of class. So we won't use class, we will use the component itself. Now we have this option of include cursor file over here. This basically enables cursor will read .cursor rules file in your project folder. Then we have this indexing and docs over here. This basically what an code based indexing is. So what it does is basically it reads and understands your code files to give better context awareness and suggestions. For example, if you are working on cart.js, if you are working on cart function.js in your e-commerce website in cursor, the cursor knows what's inside it. So cart contains products. So basically cursor knows that the cart must contain products inside it. So it basically do the code based indexing over here. Then you have this sync button over here. This basically manually refreshes the indexes and when you are making a changes over here. For example, if you are adding a new file, checkout.js. So basically you are adding a new file, checkout, for like if you want to check out from the e-commerce website. So you just click on the sync. So cursor learn it that you added a new file to it. And then we have this delete index over here that basically clears the memory of the code base from the cursor. Then we have this PR history indexing. This basically reads the GitHub pull request for a smarter suggestion and searches. Then we have this index new folder. This basically auto indexes newly added folders. For example, if you create a new folder like payment you have created a new folder like payment over here. So cursor will automatically include it in the searches. Then we have an option over here, ignore files in .cursor ignore. So what it basically does is it basically tells cursor to skip certain file from indexing. For example, if you want to like ignore your environment file, so you can just put your .env file in .cursor ignore. Then we have this option of include PR in searches. So what basically it does is it included past pull requests in AI suggestions and searches. For example, cursor remembers how you handled login and old PR and suggests the same pattern to it. Then we have this doc section over here that add custom developer documentation for references. Then we have this networks over here. So in this network, we have this HTTP compatibility modes. So basically it is in this HTTP 2 right now. So HTTP 2 is the faster and the better version in the most cases I feel. And it basically decide how the cursor connect to the AI backend. And then we have this network diagnostics over here. So with this network diagnostic, you can check that the cursor is able to connect to the internet or the AI services properly or not. Then we have this beta version over here. Think of beta version that is like beta features that are not yet released in the market, but they are about to come, but they are in the testing phase right now. Like you have given it to the set of audience to test it that it is working properly or not, and then it will get released in the main version. So in this beta file, you can see that you can just allow some of like background agents over here. You can just turn it on, and it will allow the background agent to work on a file. What the background agent basically do it, so when it is on, cursor can run agents in the background and in the cloud basically, and it is helpful for a long processes, but it's in the beta version right now, so it might be buggy. It might contain some sort of bugs over here. We have an option of notepad over here. In this basically, cursor will auto capture your project notes like your e-commerce app features list or like API notes, and uses them in the chat context to help you better or like assist you better. And then we have this update access over here. This is basically set to default only for like stable updates. If you have chosen early access over here, you can just select early access over here. You get a new features before others. So this might contain some bugs, but it might be faster also because they are the new features that are coming in. Then you have an option of docs over here. When you click on docs, you can see that the cursor.com has been opened. So you have everything from installation, from the core topics to the context and integration. You can also learn about API keys over here, that how it works in cursor over here. So these are the docs. Now we'll move back to the cursor, and now we will understand what is the cursor architecture to understand how cursor actually works. After seeing the cursor settings, that you can like basically integrate your GitHub, you can integrate your Slack, you can even set your own set of rules to get the desired output. So now we'll move to the cursor architecture to understand how basically all this works and how cursor basically generates the reply. So this is the cursor architecture as you can see over here. So this is the very first node, that is our user interface. So this is what you see and interact with. So this is what you interact with. And cursor looks just like code editor VS. So this is the user interface. You can write code, ask question, and even chat. You can like chat, ask questions over here. So this is the user interface. Then we have this cursor AI engine. So what is this cursor AI engine? Cursor AI engine basically, this is a brain sitting behind the editors. So this is basically the brain sitting behind the editor, and it understands what you are doing, like writing a Python or fixing a bug. If you are writing a code or you are just fixing a bug over here. So it basically keeps a track of your code context. So like in which function or file you are in right now. So it basically keeps the track of that. And then we have this local code context over here. So what this local code context basically do is it allows cursor to read your code base to understand your project. So it basically allows the cursor to read your code base to understand which project you are working on. So this basically is done for the project that you are working for. It basically looks at nearby files and the functions. It also look at the nearby files that are available and the functions also. In order to understand the code better, it doesn't just work line by line, it can understand the whole code base at once. And then we have this external tool and services option over here. This is an option in the cursor that can connect the tools like GitHub, DevOps, etc. We have already seen that you can connect GitHub or DevDocs over here using external tool and services. You can just integrate it in your cursor. And then we have this large language model. This is an AI engine chat gpt, maybe gpt, or like Claude. So Claude is basically enhancing the code experience with features like thoughtful code, or like understanding agentic workflow and improved context. So in this, I prefer to use 3.5 or like 4 Claude, but 4 is a bit higher version. So it, like, I feel while I was using it that this Claude 4 was like too much, like writing too much unnecessary code. So I prefer to like work in 3.5 itself. And this is the basic architecture that you have for cursor. And there is one more step, you can just say it like response integration. So in this response integration, the AI responses is shown directly in the editor. So you can just apply it, edit it, or maybe reject the code that is being given. So this is the response integration that is being given by cursor. So we will just move back to the cursor and start writing our code. We will understand how cursor actually works by building the e-commerce website using cursor. So we'll just go back, we'll just cross it. So let's get started with the very first command in a cursor AI. Like if you want to build an e-commerce website, so you can just prompt it like I want to create a e-commerce website using. It's better to state directly in the cursor while building a website that which technology you want to use, like using Next.js for framework, and you can use Node.js for backend, and CSS for styling. Create a simple website. So it is initialize a to-do list that is to be completed, and it is asking for approval over here. So you can just tap on this run, and it will start generating the commands over here for a website, and running terminal commands over here. So we have 5 to-do list. So you can see it over here that one of 5 to-dos is being processed over here, and the rest 4 are in the queue itself. And till the time that it is being processed, you can just see over here that there are some sort of icons over here that is used to toggle the menus over here. Like for this, you can toggle the primary sidebar where the folders appear over here. So you can just click on this to toggle it. And if you want your terminal to appear over here, so you can just toggle from this bar. So it will toggle the panel over here. So you can see your terminal over here. And if you want to just toggle this chat AI panel over here, so you can just click on this one. So it will get toggled. And there is one more thing that I would like to tell you, that if you just go on Google and type cursor directory, so it will just lead you to this link. You just have to click on the very first link, and you will see that there are some sort of MCPs and rules that you can state over here. You can just learn about rules, MCPs, and even the technology that you're using, like Node.js. And if you just want to know about technologies like Next.js, so you can just type it over here, and you can see over here that there are Next.js, MCPs, and there is JavaScript over here, and there are some set of rules that you can just click over here, and you can just see it that what are all popular and the official rules. And you can just click on maybe MCPs to learn about MCPs over here. So this is the cursor directory basically. As we can see over here that the first task is being processed over here. It might take some time to process all the tasks that you have given to it, because it is generating a code over here. And remember one more thing, that if you are using a technology like I'm using Node.js over here, so I should have it on my system. Like if you don't have Node.js over here, so you can just go over here and type Node.js download, and you can just download it from the very first link that you see over here. You can just download it for your Windows. and make sure that this Node.js is running perfectly in your terminal. So without Node.js, you won't be able to like host your website locally. And it is asking that it need to install some of the following packages to like create next app. So you have to just type yes over here, and it will get started. Like it will start installing all the packages required, and you can see over here that it has started installing all the dependencies that are being required to like host our website. As you can see over here that it has generated some of the output over here, and there is some sort of error coming over here that objects are not found, but we are going to just resolve all the errors inside this cursor itself, and we are just going to use this AI bot itself to like resolve the errors that are being generated over here. And it is asking to run the backend commands, so we are just going to run it. And just remember one thing, that in this video we are just trying to explain that how cursor actually works, and you are able to just generate a website out of it, but we are just not promoting the practices that we are using in this video. Like I'm just running all the codes that are being generated by the cursor, and I'm just not going through the code itself. But you should know that how the code is actually working behind the scene, because it would be very difficult for you to handle the code when it get bugged in the production environment, because the code are being generated by AI itself, and it might get bugged when it get into the production. So you need to know that how the code is working over here, and you can't just blindly accept everything that is being generated over here. But I'm just trying to help you and make you understand that cursor will help you to generate codes, but you should understand what is going behind the scenes. So it is again generating and running some terminal commands over here, and it might take some time, but you would be able to get the results. As you can see over here that the complete the process, create a simple e-commerce website for clothing. I have just given the prompt to it, and we have like a backend Node.js. We have to just open the terminal over here, and it is asking for the approval again and again that you want to run the command, you want to accept the code that I'm giving. As you can see over here that we have an option over here that we can accept the code or not, like the code that is being generated over here in the coding part. Cursor is allowing us to like accept the changes that is being generated, or we can just even reject the changes, or we can just stop it. But I'm just accepting all the changes, as I told you in this video, just to tell you that how cursor actually works. But you should know that how the things are going. We'll just click run over here, and we'll just accept all the changes that are being made over here. So we'll just accept it all, and it is showing us here that how to view your site. You can just open your browser and go to your localhost 3000. So the website is being hosted at localhost 3000. So we'll just click on this, and as you can see over here that the localhost 3000 is being loaded. You can see the clothing brand is over here. So we can see the website is looking really ugly, and it has no images, and as you can see that the website is not looking that pleasing. So we can just go back in the cursor and ask it like place some images over here, images of clothes over here website, and make it look good. So you are just basically typing in all the commands that you want, and it is being accepted by the cursor, and the changes are being made in the code itself. And there is one more thing, if you just want to like it is asking for a permission that you confirm the search the royalty fee of the clothing product images for e-commerce. You can just say confirm, continue, and we can just go to like this front end part. And if you just want to view any of the file, if you want to just view any of the file, like if you want to view the next config, so you can just click over here, press Ctrl K, and it allows you to edit the selected code. Like if we have selected this part of the code, we can just edit the code, we can ask question out of it, we can just click on this auto, and it will balance the quality and the speed recommended for most of the tasks. Or we can just edit the section, or maybe we can just ask quick question that what this code is about. So it will just starting generating the answer. The code defines the next.js configuration object with type safety, enabling React's strict mode for highlighting potential problems. So basically you can just learn about your code itself that is being generated by cursor by just clicking Ctrl K, and you can just ask the question, or you can just edit the part that you have selected over there. Similarly, you can do the same in the terminal part also. You can just open your terminal and you can just press Ctrl K and you can ask question in the terminal itself that what you want to do in the terminal. It is saying over here that here's how I will make your website look great with real clothing images and improving styles. So it has also provided us with the plan that you can add a high quality royalty free images for like each product for t-shirt, jeans, jacket and sneaker that we want to update in our website. And we can just go to the public, we can just click on this public and we can just create a like a jeans.jpg is being created over here. So you can just add your image of jeans over here maybe, or you can just add an image of sneakers over here. So it works like that. So you can just add any of the images here in the public section and your code will automatically retrieve everything from the images that you are being uploaded over here. So we'll just go back to the front end part. It is also showing image sources that it can use Shopify Burst over here or similar sources for demo purpose, or you can just download and add the images, update the back and front end to use them and enhance the CSS for more attractive layout. So we would just say that add images from internet itself and make website look nice. So you can just put this command to it, and as you can see that it has started doing some of the changes over here. That how to see the changes, that you just have to go to the, make sure your backend and the front end are both running, and you just have to go and refresh your site over that local host. And you can see that there is an option to restore the checkpoint also, that if you just don't want that this prompt should exist in your website anymore, that you just don't want to add the images from the internet itself, you can just restore the checkpoint from here, and you would be again back to this point where website looked ugly. And we can just go back and see how our website is looking now. So it has just put it some t-shirt sneaker section over here, but still there are no images over here. So I will just accept all the changes first and I will just switch to the web, and I can just go any of the website, like I can just go to any of the clothing brands. I can just directly take the screenshot from here. Like if I just want this as my banner image, so I will just go back, paste my screenshot over here, and I will say that add this as a banner image in my website. So it has started generating some of the prompts over here, and you can see that the changes are being made over here in the front end also. So I will just accept all the changes that it has made already. I will just go back to my website and I will just refresh my page. So as we can see over here in our site that we are not able to see any of the banner image or any of the shirt, t-shirt or like jeans jacket images. So we will just see that what is showing, that it uses the image that you have uploaded in banner denim.jpg style for clean professional look. So you have to just go to your public folder and you can see that and there is a file called banner denim image that it is using to display the image on a website. So there is no image over here, so we'll just open it in the file explorer and we'll see the image over here. So there is no image, I feel. Yeah, there is no image. So I've just downloaded some of the image from the internet itself, so I will just use them. So I will just go on desktop, I will just copy this image from here and just go back, and I'll just paste that image over here and rename it as banner denim. So first I have to delete this and I have to rename it. It is banner denim, and we'll just see that what are the changes. We'll just run it and we'll just go back to our website and we'll see that any of the banner image is being updated or not. So we'll just refresh it. So I will just ask the cursor itself that I can't see my banner image. So we'll just check again that any of the banner image is there or not. As we can see that there is a banner image over here, so it should be visible on the website also. So we'll just go back, refresh it again. As you can see that you can now see that there is a banner image over here. So we'll just add few more images, like if we just want to add an image of a jeans over here, so we'll just open the same in the file explorer. So with the file explorer, and there's an image of jeans over here, but we have to like change it because there must be no jeans photo over here. So we'll just go back to the desktop. I've just saved a jeans photo also. So I'll just copy this one, go back and just delete this and paste a new jeans photo over here. Now we should see a jeans image also over here. So we are not able to see the jeans image. So we'll again ask cursor that it's jeans.png. So we'll see that I am not able to see my jeans image. So it is again saying that it is in jeans.jpg, but the file name is jeans.png. That's why. So we can just rename it to jpg itself, and we can see that there is some image or not. So there is an image of a jeans over here. So we can just go back, refresh the page, and we should see a jeans image over here now. So as you can see that you have a jeans image over here. So we can just say that add more sections for t-shirt and jeans and jacket, so I can see more images. So you can see over here that you can add more sections for like t-shirt, jeans and jacket is over here. So we'll just accept all the changes that are being made over here. As you can see that it is generating some of the changes over here, and the changes are being generated. I will just accept all the changes, and I will just go back to my website. I will just refresh my page, and let's see what it has done. So the images are gone. So we will just restore the checkpoint that we had before. So we'll just discard all the changes up to the checkpoint. So we'll just say continue, and we'll just go back and again see that it has came back to the original form over here. So we'll just go back and say that maybe organize the website nicely, and we can just give a reference image to it. Maybe we can just go back and just give some reference images to it. So we can just take an image from the website and just go back, paste the image over here that I want my website to be like this. So I have given the reference image also, and to help you make your website look and feel like the example you have provided with a modern banner and topography stylish, so you need a banner image. So if you want, I can use the banner image you posted above, and it is saying at the end that to proceed I need do you want to use the same images and uploaded earlier or a new ones. So I will just say that make my website look like the image I gave you, and we can just say that keep the colors of the website aesthetic. As you can see over here that it has generated some of the changes over here, so I'm going to just accept it all without reading it, and I will just go back to my website. I'll just refresh my website and see what the changes are being done. So it has given that the banner image, the t-shirt and the jacket option are still coming in this horizontal manner. So I will just go back and say I want to see jackets, t-shirt, jeans to appear in horizontal manner. So you just have to just prompt it, and it should generate the appropriate output. Yes, it is generating the output over here. So I'm just going to accept it. Your product section will now display jacket, t-shirt, sneakers in the single horizontal row. So as you can see over here that we are able to like build our website better. So we can just say remove clothing store and replace it with something, maybe wear your fashion in, and it should come in a animated way. So I've just replaced this clothing store thing with the wear of fashion, maybe any of the tagline that you want to use, and it should come in an animated way. So I've just had to accept it and just see what are the changes that are being in the front end. So We'll just accept all the changes. We'll just go back to the website. So now we will just refresh the page, and you can see that viewer of fashion is coming in like animation. We have a banner image over here. You can just put any of the tagline over here, and you can just add the images of t-shirt, jacket, and sneakers. And you can even ask cursor to like if these are the buttons, like add to cart is not working over here right now, but you can just prompt it in the cursor easily that this add to cart option is not working here in my website, so make it work. So you can just simply prompt it over there that make this add to cart option work over there. And now we have just created a simple website over here using just cursor, using just simple prompts over here. We have some of the sections of t-shirt, jeans, jacket, and sneakers over here. We can just enable add to cart option over here, and we can also integrate our own API keys to handle the payment gateways or maybe handle the logins. So like this, we can just create a website using cursor. I just shown you and given you the simplest example that we can use to just create an e-commerce website. So this is a website that we have created over here using just few simple prompts in just few minutes. So like this, you can create your own website. You can just like list your products like this. You can just add the images of your product as we have added the image of like jeans and the banner over here. So like this, you can just make your website using cursor in just few minutes. So that's all from my side. I hope that you understand now how cursor actually works and how it can help you to increase your productivity inside your ID itself. So thank you for watching this video and see you in the next video.